So it's going to be another beautiful day today, but this evening, I guess, or tonight, it's going to start raining, and it's going to rain for a few days. It's going to turn off cold again, not below freezing, so we won't have that problem. I don't think it's going to be an all-day rain, so I don't have to worry about the well getting dirty. These little spot showers, you know, the next 3 days, I should be able to deal with that with the well pretty well. So I thought I'd come down here, check on our broody chicken. A few days ago, I told you that we got a broody chicken. She's got 10 eggs underneath her that we put underneath her. And I tried to go in there, I don't know, on 2 or 3 times a day and make sure she doesn't have any more eggs in there. She'll grab another egg and put it in there. What happens though, we've noticed, is that she'll push an egg out that we have marked that she's been laying on for, well, now it's been 5 days. She's been laying on these eggs. So just want to check on her, make sure she's doing okay. This is kind of stressful on me more than anything. She just lays here, doesn't do much. So you'll see her right there, laying on the eggs. She's not pushed anything out, so that means that she's got the proper number of eggs. Over there, you're gonna see the others. They've moved their position. So we got 3, 4 eggs over there. So they're all lining up wanting to lay an egg. Now, as far as the stress, it's been pretty stressful on me. I want to always make sure she's got plenty of water and food. Now, nobody's really clear on the research that we've done, what's what and what we should do and when we should do it. I leave the food outside, the food and water. And I got a little bottle of water in there for her, and I fill that up every night. But I don't put food in there because they just go to the bathroom in the food, and it's nasty, and I got to clean it. So I just leave the food out here, fill it up at night, and I close the door. So they can't come out and get food at night, which they wouldn't anyways, they're blind. We saw her come out one time. I was checking to see if she had eggs. I lifted her up, and she ran out. So I feel like she can come out when she wants. We just haven't seen her do it other than that one time. She will lose weight. I researched this morning, and it depends. Different websites say different things. One website we read said she'll only eat at night and drink at night. Well, there's no food in there at night, so that just seems like maybe I messed up. So tonight I'm gonna put food in there. Now, like I said, I always got water in there for her. She should be okay for now. She looks quite content. She lets me pet her, which is very odd. The buffs never let me pet her, but she just sits there. Occasionally she'll peck at me. Maybe I've done something wrong, but most of the time I can lift her up, check her eggs, push the eggs that she's pushed out, I push them back in, grab the eggs that we're not wanting hatched. So tonight I'll put food in there. I did put a little sprinkle of food in there a few days ago, so she would have had an opportunity to eat since she started all this and the time that she came out. The problem with the time she came out is Frenchie chased her back in. But they'll be broody for 21 days. That's how long it takes to hatch an egg. They won't starve to death. Even if they don't eat, they won't starve to death in those 21 days, as long as she drinks. Now, the thing that we're not seeing, which is good, is we're not seeing a pile of droppings from her. So that means she must be getting up to go to the bathroom. That's good. I just don't know if she's doing it at nighttime. So like I said, I'm gonna put food in there at night. The other chickens won't eat the food. If she is getting up at night to eat, they'll sit there on their roost all night. They don't move. And chickens are blind at night, so I don't understand why that one webpage said they only eat at night. And it's so hard to get information. Accurate information, you'll read something and then the very next thing says the exact opposite. So I'm just experimenting. Hopefully she won't die. And like I said, I didn't put food in there because they make a mess out of it, but I can put a little pile of food in there. I put this in there the first day, this little feeder here, and they immediately dumped that over. So I thought, no, I'm not going to put that in there, but I never thought about putting it in that night. So I'm pretty excited about this. This will give us, 10 eggs in there. Let's just say we get another 5 out of her. Maybe a rooster or 2 out of it. Of course, we'd butcher the roosters. Even before they got old enough to do anything, we'll identify that they're a rooster pretty quick. Frenchie and Rue, they fight a lot, them two do. Having a third one in there, they kill each other. It's pretty likely that Frenchie and Rue could kill one another. So we keep an eye on those two quite a bit, and they fight a lot. I don't want to introduce another rooster in there, and it's hard on the hens. During mating season, like right now in the spring, you'll see the feathers all ripped off their back, and they're kind of raw, not bleeding, but raw, because the roosters get on top of them and grab in with their claws. We got one rooster's really bad shape. We bought what's called chicken saddles, and it's like a saddle that wraps around their back. We bought 3 of those, and we put it on the one chicken that had the worst. I don't know what's going on in there. There's an egg. They're laying eggs all over the place. Since this one started brooding, they're laying eggs everywhere. So that's fine. I just go around and hunt them up like Easter. I don't know what she's doing. She's trying to climb the wall or something. Very strange. She laid an egg and now, oh, she's trying, I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to cover the egg up. But we bought what's called chicken saddles, and they wrap around the wings, but we put it on the one that's got the worst rawness. I guess Frenchie likes her a lot. But she immediately laid down and wouldn't get up. It was like she thought she was being mated. She laid down just like she was being mated. We tried to get her up, left it on there for about a half hour. She just wouldn't get up, so we took it off, and she seemed much happier. So I don't know if the chicken saddle was a good idea. They do say to separate them. I'm not sure I'm going to separate them. I mean, I just don't have the room. If it gets too bad, we will eliminate Rue. We'll keep Frenchie, I guess. I don't want to eliminate Rue because I want to have good breeding stock for at least 2 cycles. I've told you you don't want to have a rooster mating with its daughter, because then you'll have a deformed granddaughter. With us having 2 roosters, we'll at least have a 50% chance that Rue will mate with Frenchie's daughter next time around. Instead of having 10 eggs, we'll put 20 eggs out. We'll have 2 broody chickens, let's say, and that would give us 10 eggs that would have the potential to be Rue's and Frenchie's daughter. What I'm trying to do is spread out the genetics a little bit so I can get at least 3 offsprings out of them, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm doing here in this video is I'm just kind of taking you through the process of what we've learned. This is the first time I've ever raised chicks from the mother. I have incubated chicks, and chicks are actually pretty easy to incubate. In elementary school through the 4th grade, they always brought in an incubator with chicks and eggs. Every year I was there. I moved to a different school after that, but the kindergarten through 4th grade, we watched chickens be born. So I guess 10 or 11 years ago, we did the same thing. My grandmother gave me an incubator, but it wasn't very accurate. It wasn't very controlled, and it varied in temperature quite widely. Let's say it went from 95 to 110 degrees, up and down, up and down. Apparently chicks can deal with that kind of widespread temperatures, because we had a lot of success with chickens. Ducks, on the other hand, has to be very controlled. Never had a successful batch, never. We did several batches, and we kept trying to get this incubator to work. They're not that cheap, and when you're trying to raise chickens, you're always wanting to think about cost. So grandma gave me this incubator, and we tried to do it 2 or 3 times, and it didn't work. The last time we tried it, we got up every few hours maybe, and I would check the incubator, make sure it kicked on, make sure it kicked off, had a thermometer in there. So it was more or less a manual process, and we did this for 21 or how many days we were supposed to do it. And then for whatever reason, right there at the end, it goofed up and they all died. Well, I mean, we held it up to the light. We could see there were ducks in the eggs. So we went ahead and incubated it for the period of time, hoping that we didn't kill them. They never hatched. So, I mean, it was pretty rotten smelling when we broke them open. You got to have a really reliable incubator if you're going to hatch duck eggs. Now, I've talked about the differences between duck eggs and chicken eggs. I raise ducks. I love duck eggs. They got the double of everything, double vitamins, double flavor, double everything. Now, somebody's going to tell me, oh no, that's not true. The riboflavin is twice as much as chicken eggs. In general, they have double everything. Now, the last time I told you this, I was telling you about B12. Duck eggs also have twice the amount of B12. And one person emailed me and said, hey, you really helped my wife. She takes B12 supplements, and he said she was getting sick every night, acid ingest and all that. And so she stopped taking the B12 vitamins and she felt better. That's great. I mean, that's just, I'm glad it could help. But then others said, you're giving bad advice. People have to have B12. I never suggested that people shouldn't consume B12. Of course you should. I mean, it's good for you. But if you're overdosing on it, it's just like anything else. If you take too much, it's going to make you sick. So no, if you're eating duck eggs, women who have had babies, I've heard, can make them sick. My ex-wife got sick from duck eggs. Our neighbor got sick from duck eggs. So no, I wasn't saying that you shouldn't eat B12. I was just saying that duck eggs, you might want to try them before you actually eat them if you've been pregnant before. That's the reason we don't have ducks, is because Carolyn has had children and we don't know if she can eat them. So I don't want to raise a bunch of ducks and then realize that she can't have them. That would be a lot of money invested. But the Americanas give us colored eggs. I'll show you that again. So you can see it looks white on the camera, but this one's kind of a green tinge actually. So we have, when you open the carton, we got brown eggs, you got tan eggs, and then we got blue eggs and green eggs. So it's kind of neat. It's like, it really is kind of like opening up your carton around Easter. If we start getting too many eggs, we can sell the Americana eggs for a lot more money than the regular eggs. Let's say we sell regular eggs for, the brown eggs for $3 a carton. We can sell these for $4 a carton. But right now we're eating all the eggs. We were just talking about this morning. We're getting about 10 eggs a day now, and they're still struggling to keep up with us. We've been doing really good keeping up with the eggs. I'm trying not to pump this up too much. If she walks away from the nest and doesn't come back, then, you know, we'll all be disappointed. But if she's successful, well, that should make a pretty good video. So if you'll check out this other channel, I'd appreciate it. There's a little pop-up right here, takes you up next box. I hope I can inspire you to be excited to live your dream. Thanks for watching.